safeguard two of a kind. Kinet and Aura stood back to back on a rain-slicked rooftop, surrounded by a swarm of metallic, hornet-like drones. Kinet was a blur of blue lightning, knocking drones from the sky, but for everyone he downed, 3 more took its place. Aura's pink energy shields shimmered, deflecting laser blasts, but they were cracking under the strain. "There are too many," Kinet yelled over the high-pitched buzzing. "We can't keep this up." A larger, leader drone broke from the swarm, its front pincers glowing with malevolent energy. It fired a concentrated beam that shattered Aura's shield. The concussive blast threw them both backward. As Kinet's head hit the rooftop, the world dissolved into a memory, the smell of disinfectant, the drone of a fluorescent light, and the first time he ever saw that same fierce protective look in a girl's eyes. The world dissolved into a memory. A much younger Kinet sat alone in the corner of a sterile, gray orphanage playroom. The air hummed with the noise of other children, but a pocket of silence surrounded him. He stared intently at a small wooden block, his brow furrowed in concentration. A faint, almost invisible shimmer of kinetic energy vibrated around his hands as he tried to make the block move, but it only trembled pathetically on the floor. "What you doin'?" A quiet voice made him jump. A girl with bright red glasses stood there, watching him. She didn't wait for an answer. As she stepped closer, a soft, calming blue light emanated from her. The frantic energy in Kinet's mind suddenly stilled. The wooden block he'd been struggling with lifted a full inch into the air, perfectly stable. Kinet's jaw dropped as he looked from the floating block to the girl. You did that?" Kinet whispered. The girl, Aura, just smiled a little. "I don't know. Things just get quiet when I'm around." A spark of an idea hit Kinet. He looked at the pile of other blocks, then back at Aura. "Stay right there," he said. Focusing, he reached out with his mind, and with Aura's calming presence, smoothing out his own chaotic power, he lifted the entire pile of blocks, one by one, arranging them into a perfect, unwavering tower. Their silent, magical construction project was interrupted by the sound of firm footsteps. A tall woman in a sharp suit entered the room, her presence commanding immediate silence. She walked directly to them, her eyes fixed on the floating tower. "Extraordinary," she said, her voice crisp and clear. She looked down at Kinet. "Your kinetic field is undisciplined but powerful." The woman knelt, her gaze shifting to Aura. "And you," she said, her voice softening, "you create a field of psychic harmony. You amplify him." She was the director. "I have a place for you," she offered. "A home where you can learn to use these gifts together. It's called the Vanguard, but you must choose to go. Together, your greatest strength will always be your connection to each other." Vesper's training was relentless. In a high-tech facility, she taught them to harmonize their abilities. "Your powers are linked," Vesper explained. "Kinet, you are motion. Aura, you are the anchor. You must learn to anticipate each other, create a feedback loop, use your energy as one." She had them practice a specific maneuver, a resonance pulse, over and over again. Kinet's eyes snapped open. The drone swarm was closing in again. He looked at Aura, who was already getting to her feet, a dawning realization on her face. She had remembered too. "The feedback loop," she breathed, her eyes locking with his. The resonance pulse. It was a move they had never perfected, a technique Vesper had deemed too unstable. "It's our only shot," Kinet said, his voice filled with a new confidence. "You create the conduit, I'll provide the charge." Aura nodded, her focus absolute, just like Vesper taught us. "I'll anchor you, don't overshoot the mark." It was a massive risk. If they failed, the resulting energy surge could level the entire city block. Aura extended her hands, projecting a shimmering pink conduit of pure energy that connected her directly to Kinet. "Now!" she yelled. Kinet poured all of his bioelectric power into the conduit. The energy, stabilized and amplified by Aura's field, shot out in a massive, expanding ring of blue and pink light. The resonance pulse hit the drone swarm. The synchronized frequency overloaded their systems instantly. Every drone sparked, short-circuited, and fell silently from the sky. Kinet and Aura collapsed to their knees, exhausted but triumphant. Think Vesper would be proud, Kinet panted. Aura smiled back. She'd tell us our form was sloppy. They laughed, the sound echoing in the sudden quiet of the night.